Let's fight, good people. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Good to have each and every one of you here. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Let's fight, guys. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. It's a privilege having you here. Let us know if you're receiving us loud and clear. Let us know if you're receiving us loud and clear, good people. Let's fight, Siobhan McDonald and all the other wonderful, beautiful folks who are joining us this evening. It's our privilege having you guys here with us. Let us know if you are reading us loud and clear. We want to know if you're getting the audio loud and clear, guys. That's what we want to know. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring, guys. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Pace and power. Let us know if you're hearing us clearly, folks. Please do that for us. Let us know if you're hearing us clearly. Let's fight, good people. Let's fight. Each and every one of you. Pace and power. Donna Sharona Lynch. Rena Cummins, Everett Small. Claire Alexis, Charmley Richmond. Lily Gulliver. Good to have you, Catherine Nice. Is that my pronunciation right? John Joe and all the other folks. We there. Max Gill says loud and clear. And I believe Max, loud and clear. We're ensuring that we're shared to some other places, folks. And we encourage you guys to do the same. You know how it is when we come in the ring, guys. We're so privileged that we have each and every one of you. We'd rather it no other way. We love having you guys here with us. Pace and power as we dispense with valid and credible information. Welcome to each and every one of you. Pace and power, boots on the ground, way back and down, good folks. We there. We outside and we are out here, good folks. Good to have you folks right here with us. Pace and power, boots on the ground, brothers and sisters, one and all, boots on the ground. I think we've done our bit. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Good folks. Welcome in the ring. Wherever you're joining us from tonight. Millicent Ross, Leron, Kurt Caesar. Welcome in the ring, folks. Welcome, Hazel, Leron Rigby, Derek McCalman, Agatha, Divan, good to see you. Renald Warrell, Tinsing Henry, Pace and Power, Pamela, Irma, hold up, Pace and Power. Welcome in the ring, guys. Welcome. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you folks. You guys are going to have to get out your notebooks this evening. You're going to have to get out your notepads this evening, good folks. Pace and Power. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring to each and every one. Let's fight, folks. Welcome. Esteline Sinclair, good to have you here. And all you other beautiful, lovely folks. Good to have you folks here. Trying out the new bells still, folks. Leslyn, Patrice Hamilton, Elizabeth, and all the other guys joining us. Let me see. The names are going by so fast. I want to make sure it's the right folks. Esteline Sinclair. I see Joan Robinson, and Leonard Sampson. Good to have you folks. Faithfully, good to have you. Elizabeth Nurain from Sparkle City. Thought as much. The names are going by so fast. Dora David. Sheena Hazel. Carlene, folks, share the live. Smash that emoji button as well, folks. Good to have each and every one of you. You're going to get out your books tonight. Make sure you head up right with beating and teaching. Laying out your facts for you folks. Laying out the facts for you guys. Good to have you folks here. Bibi Muhammad, good to see you. Kurt Phillips, good to see you as well. Robert King, good to have you here as well. Pauline Welch, good to see you. Really good to have each and every one of you folks on the fight tonight. Good to have you folks. Pace and power, share the live. Irwin Don Cook, good to see you. Glensis Gibson, good to see you as well. Bob Annie, good to see you. Sinita Rampat, good to see you. Carol Niles, good to see you. Margaret Nelson, good to see you. I see Margaret calling my name correctly. Sherrod, good to have you, Margaret. Kesh Sharma, good to have you. Robin Ryan, good to have you as well. Good to have Carol Niles Noble. Good to have Stacy Mattis. Good to have each and every one. Suzanne. Pauline Welch. Candace Sinarine. Good to have you here. Sweetness Brothers, good to have you here. Utindi Grant, good to have you here. I see Kit Grant is here as well. Good to have you here. All you other wonderful, lovely folks, good to have each and every one of you. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button for us, guys, and partner with us. Important things, each and every one of them. Share the live, guys. Partner with us. We're so happy that you guys are here with us. Couldn't ask for a better audience. Could not ask for a better audience. Even the trenches, we appreciate. Even the trenches. We like when they come out to watch us succeed. We like when they come out to watch us go from strength to strength, folks. Pace and power. Good to have you wonderful, beautiful folks here with us. Keith Smith, Anne-Marie, Corinne Bernard. Folks, share the live. Somebody is going to come in contact with valid, credible information, and they're going to know what happened in this 2x4. Ayabo, good to see you, Ayabo, and all the other guys like Ingrid Crawford, Monishwa Narain. On the 2nd day of August, boots on the ground, parade ground, boots on parade ground. Good to have you folks. Leslie and Patrice Hamilton, good to see you folks. How are you guys doing? Notorious Smith, Kim Walker, Rena Cummins, Leonard Jacobs, Keith Adams, also Rosalind Niblet, Kevin Joe. How are you doing, Kevin? Good to see you, wonderful, beautiful folks. Juliet Mickle, Sandrine Bear, Venus Walcott. Guys, good to have each and every one of you here. I don't know about you folks, but I'm fired up. I am ready to go, and I'm ready to get to the fight card tonight. And I trust you guys are well. Welcome in the ring, each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from around the world. Wherever, let's fight. Let's fight, good people. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button. And let's get a move on. Folks. Good to have each and every one of you. Tabitha Maynard, good to see you. Heaven Faith, good to see you. Orindon Cook, good to see you. Really glad to have each and every one of you here with us tonight. Are you guys ready for us to get into the fight card? Quite a bit of information, because we got to set a lot of things right tonight. We start from the international scene. Good folks. Nancy Pelosi, there is none like her. Speaker of the United States Congress. There is never going to be another like Nancy Pelosi. But Nancy wants to go to Taiwan. And the Chinese are upset. A man just wants to go to point A to point B. Why should that vex anybody? I don't understand it. We just don't understand. Why should that upset anybody? Folks, come on now. That shouldn't be upsetting anybody. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. We ain't backing up. Why should that be upsetting anybody, folks? It just should not be upsetting anybody. Huh? Boots on the ground. We ain't backing down, folks. Pace and power. Don't let it upset y'all. Come on now. Don't let the guy y'all vex. Boots on the ground. But Nancy wants to go to Taiwan, but Beijing, China, y'all know China got there's a one China policy. Can't you them boys? But Nancy see no harm in going to see the Taiwanese. She wants to go. Beijing says there will be consequence if Nancy Pelosi travels to Taiwan. Well, we're going to look to see what happened. Y'all remember that them boys were supposed to set up a Taiwan office here? How that went for us? Who's sharing the damn live, folks? Who's smashing that emoji button? All the folks joining us from Brooklyn and all the other exotic places. Welcome in the ring, folks. How's that going for them? You remember the Taiwan office? Them boys said it was not a cabinet decision. It was Utah on his own, on a frolic of his own. It was Utah, it wasn't them. But Nancy different. Nancy said she's going to Taiwan. We're going to look to see how this pan out. Some other things we're following, folks, on the national stage. Look at this. Earthquake. And it's not Sue. It's not the suing of Sue. Earthquake, folks. A powerful 7.1 earthquake has struck the Philippines, folks. 4 dead and counting. 4 dead and counting. We're following this. Our thoughts and prayers tonight with the folks from the Philippines. Our thoughts and prayers. It's a global village now, folks. Those are our brothers and sisters over there. Thoughts and prayers go out to them. We're going to continue to monitor that. We continue to monitor it. We got the own earthquake here. Sugate, 9.1. What is the highest ranking on the Richter scale? We got at least a 10 here in Sugate. But again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks of the Philippines. Around the region now, coming close to you, coming close. Coming close, we coming down, folks. We coming down, we coming down, we coming up. St. Kitts and Nevis going to the polls. Them boys going to the polls on August 5th. And we'll be made to understand that the candidates who are contesting, they have filed their nomination papers, all in keeping with the electoral cycle, place and power to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. You got to pick the best in the set. I tell you all, look for the PP traits in either party or parties and vote against them. Look for corruption, nepotism, squandermania. Look for that. And whoever promises that, vote against them. Vote against them. Things will go nice, nice, nice. We're following what's happening, folks, in St. Kitts and Nevis. Jamaica's telling us they have the second instance of monkeypox, folks. The second instance. You see how like love up, hug up, wrap up, and so on? Too much? Monkeypox in your skin. Take every precaution. Millicent Ross, Shellon Joseph, Ayabo. Ayabo. Can't spectator. You get monkeypox just now. Rubbing up too much, like the pandy people. Always a pandy we. You're like we, but you're always a pandy we. Facebook monkeypox for some of y'all. Church crapos and jagabas. Facebook monkeypox in your skin. Facebook monkeypox. Ringing the bell there for Cecile. Facebook monkeypox for some of y'all. We're watching that in Jamaica. I know we really wish our brothers and sisters there all the best that is concerned. You know, folks, take every precaution. Before you're on Facebook, holding social media, minding your business, find out what's monkeypox. What are the precautions you can take? And stay away from it. Whatever is the enabling environment for monkeypox, stay away from it. That's all we can say. But we're watching what's happening in Jamaica, folks. We're watching. We all know them boys, wicked, stinking, dirty. But I want to be honest with you, it's not only them, it's a lot of us too. Wicked, stinking, dirty. We saw the mayor city council cleaning up the city just today. Cleaning up the city today. And we want to say respect and manners. Them boys know how we wicked, stink, and dirty. And they got to clean up after us. Folks, please, don't be wicked, stink, and dirty like them boys. You're going to the city or anywhere else for that matter. Keep your garbage with you. Keep your refuse with you. Plan for it. Put a little plastic bag in your bag. You can put used tissue. You know, you consume some snack. You can put a little plastic inside the other plastic and keep it safe till you get to somewhere. They got a receptacle. Folks, it's our city. This is not real and truly, but government and city hall. If you're nasty, you're nasty. We don't know everybody's nasty, but we got to take some responsibility as well, Jim Van Veal. We got to take some responsibility as well, Heaven Faith. Some of them too nasty. Some of us. I want to bring it closer. We know who they are, but some of us, we ain't too far. We ain't too far. I want to say kudos to the mayor and city council for taking the initiative and doing some cleaning up of the city. This is not a one-time thing, you know. Them boys run out the other day. Big cleanup. You think it will last forever. Every day you got to go and keep doing a little bit. Educate. Prosecute if you have to. But we got to take the orders, folks. Please, Rosetta Barton, Wanda Fraser, Janet Edwards, Patricia Kisoon, and do our part too to stop littering. Come on, folks. Don't be a little bug. Moving on in fight card for your information. For your information, we saw a bridge that needs help. We hope one in jail, instead of posting a set of stuff on Facebook all day, will actually do some work of a minister. Will actually fulfill the portfolio to which he has been assigned. Install, albeit Gloria Fraser. Install, albeit Desiree Albert. Install Ernest Joseph. Install Barbara Ralph. Do the work, the man. Monica Jones, tell them do the work. Leslie Patrice Hamilton. Do the work. Leslie has all the Leslie's out tonight. And they're going wild, folks. Hazel Chase. They got to do the work. Rashley Ford. They got to do the work. So Mabaruma Trail has collapsed. The trail has collapsed. And commuters are begging for the help of the regime. They're begging. See where them boys there? So long we didn't see all. That's what them folks telling us. So long didn't see them. The Mabruma trade is almost impossible. The folks are telling us just some small vehicles are able to traverse this dislocation that the road has created here. Folks, come on, Juan Angel. Can't come down for an all day. Let me do some actual work tomorrow, please. Please and thank you. Moving on the fight card, folks. Moving on the fight card. Do the work, please. The folks down there say they need some help. Help them, the man. The Babura Trail, it needs some work. Let's get to work. Big set of salary you are receiving at the end of the month. You only one thing. One thing. How some of y'all going to see Father Fist? I can because it's a bishop, archbishop, what have you, pope even. How some of y'all going to see Father Fist? Actually do the work, man. Actually do the work. Moving on the fight here. We by them by section. Sherry Belfield and all the other folks. We by them by section. I would have you know. Trench crappos and jagabats. Tadpoles and cricketers, scarecrows, carrion crows, and jumpy birds. Jumpy birds. You all know them. If I ask for a name, I can see the name end up in the comment section. If you ask a hashtag, you can point them out. Jagabats and trench crappos. You can point them out. Gladstone Matthews, Bridget Campbell. You guys would point them out willingly. This section. What are we covering tonight? Big excitement. Big excitement today. It was a session between Juana Jill and Susan Rodriguez. How so? How so? They're doing work, you know. They're doing ministerial work. You would think Juana Jill was there by the Mabura Trail with some things, with some materials, trying to fix the big hole. Because he's a man that like big hole, you know. Not a bad thing. If that's your preference, good for you. But solve the problem. Don't just go and admire the big hole. Solve some problems. So instead of being by the Babura Trail, them boys went on Facebook, Patricia King, quite a bit ago. And I want to show y'all how the PPP propaganda works. How the PPP propaganda works. They don't have to know the whole story, though. They only got to hear a piece and they're going to run in spreading it. Spreading fake news, even. But that is the PPP propaganda machine for you. And you got to watch it. You got to understand it. You see when them boys talk, if you don't fact check for yourself, you're in problems. You're in problems. And just today, we saw some of it on social media. Because between Juan Angel and Parag, they had some strange facts. Is it me? Or Juan Angel look like one of the characters from Monsters, Inc. I don't know. Nevertheless, to the topic at hand, the PPP propaganda machine was in full swing. Look what I'm showing y'all. Now, this was Sonia Parag. They were so excited. Then Irfan was talking to the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. They were so excited. Susan ran out. She even got a photograph with them together. Where's Sonia Parag when you need her? Susan even got a photograph with Irfan and Kamala Harris together. Right? I don't know who to believe here. It's a toss-up. Susan said breaking news. Moments ago, President Dr. Irfan Ali and Vice President Kamala Harris discussed Guyana-U.S. strategic relations. We can talk about some of them just now. Right? She got a photograph of them walking side by side. Side by side. I don't know. She ran out. She creased. She said, I can batch for you, no Irfan. I can batch for you. They spoke. When you see this, you say they meet. The man meet the second highest ranking U.S. official. The vice president, they meet. The man gone big. It's only enough to get the Nobel Prize now. No sooner Susan was doing that. Ayabo, no sooner Susan was doing that. The bishop dropped the offering basket and he ran out too. He ran out too and he posted, or rather reposted, what Vice President Kamala Harris said. He said this afternoon, I spoke by phone. She went walking with Irfan. She says, I spoke by phone. You see how PPP propaganda is what? I spoke by phone. But no, not Susan. She got them walking, talking. PPP propaganda is lit, you know. She said, I spoke by phone. Right? And she didn't talk anything different from what Secretary of State Blinken said. She didn't talk anything different. We discussed food security, energy security, and other issues. But we can tell you about the other issues just now. But this is how the PPP propaganda works. If you see the photograph, you can say, if I meet Kamala. If I meet Kamala. Nice time now. Nice time, Susan. Oh, do the government work, the man. And you got Bishop showing up here. Bishop showing up. Right? Bishop showing up. I wonder if you get Kamala WhatsApp number. Folks, do you think everyone begged for Kamala WhatsApp number? Don't put it past you. Don't put it past you. I wonder if you get Kamala WhatsApp number. Who knows? With earphone, anything could happen. You know why? Because earphone, folks, it's just earphone. Anything could happen because, of course, earphone, it's just earphone.
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Yeah. Earphone is just earphone. You like WhatsApp now?
And if we're going to give you your WhatsApp number, I assure you.
Yep. Maybe ask for it. We're going to know in time. We're going to know in time, good folks. Moving on, folks. Moving on. Always carry out bad ways every place. You had one thing to do. Go to Washington, be on your best behavior and come back. Oh, that was too much for y'all. That was too much for y'all. You had one thing to do. Go to Washington. Represent the flag well and come back. It's too much. Too much to ask for. Something so simple. Something so simple. Huh? When we here today, you have to get COVID. First thing a lot of people are asking, is it deadly kind? We boy get COVID. Hope he recovers soon. Hope he recovers soon. Is he right? It's in the script I said, man. I hope he recovers soon. Folks, I hope the vice president installed recovers soon from COVID-19. But even that is in doubt. Much like Biden, Vice President Harris meeting with earphone. Even the COVID is in doubt. What kind of government you are when people have a doubt even if they got COVID? Folks, it's a purgatorian, you know. It's a purgatorian. People got to doubt if you got COVID. You all see the story here? That is to tell you the kind of problems we're in. But people have a doubt if you got COVID. He said he didn't get it here. The fellow said he checked. He said he went, he did a COVID test before he left, very dutifully. And his test came back negative. His test came back negative. So he wants you to know, he didn't give nobody at the house that expo COVID. Because before he left, he checked and he didn't have COVID. Y'all hear what I'm talking here? He said he checked before he left. And so the people who he hung up with at the expo have no reason to fear. Some of y'all like hug up too much, you know. The people tell y'all you got smallpox going wrong. Smallpox, smallpox. You got what's the other one? Monkeypox going wrong. You got COVID. Some of y'all still hugging up. Some of y'all still hugging up. But he said he tested here and he was COVID free. Says, who gave you COVID? That's what you want to know. What you're trying to tell me is Blinken? But look how this whole thing now going to bust up. Because if Blinken come down now, with COVID, you see the international incident? You see the international incident that happened here now? If Blinken come down with COVID, like them people going to take back this money now. Huh? You can imagine if Blinken hospitalized with COVID, the scandal, the blacklisting for this country. They had one thing to do. One thing. And now they put the whole U.S. delegation at risk. You understand why Kamala talked to him by phone? You understand why Kamala talked to him by phone? Huh? You think Kamala want to put yourself at risk with all the ailments these folks got? So they told us. They said Jack Dio got COVID. I want to tell you all the other things Jack Dio get. Because I know there's a lot of other things. I want to see the medical records. I know there's a lot of other things. Right? Some of y'all can't keep your hands to yourself. I always got to give people a pat down. You know? Folks, I tell you something. I work at a place. And I thank God for the colleague that I had there. The man said, when you walk here, Skipper. He said, when you walk here, Skipper, and the patch in the back, here's the soft spot, the feeling for to put the knife. He wasn't lying. I left to see the day. He wasn't lying. He said, in this organization, when the patch in the back is the soft spot, the feeling for to see how they could give you COVID. This is the soft spot. Huh? So you carry out COVID now. Who knows who's infected now? Y'all spread your things all over the place. It's typical PPP. All over the place. And one thing to do. One thing only, folks. And even that. Even that they can't do. One thing. Man said in this organization. I know some of y'all work in some places like that. If you work in some place like, if you working or work somewhere like that, put the hashtag the name of the place. My colleague said when he says Skipper, when the patch in your back here, they're looking for the soft spot to put the knife. I live to see the day. I live to see the day. He was right. This soft spot. We wish you all by speedy recovery though. You know, we don't roll like that. We don't roll like them. Right? And when he come back, you have to send the COVID center. Right? COVID center for him. COVID center. So we following this, folks. This could be an international incident. It could be, it's shaping up the, who's sharing the damn live? Who's smashing the emoji button for us, folks? Valid, credible information. Valid, credible information, folks. Moving on to fight card. Catfish. What more we can tell you about catfish? That you guys don't already know. Air fun is just air fun. Air fun is just air fun, good people. Air fun is just air fun. Ask with short. Marlon Thomas, Alex Marcus. Marlon, my apologies. Marlon, I apologize. I apologize. I owe you so much, Marlon. I owe you so much. Forgive the eye. I apologize. Marlon, what are you talking about? Don't get any story. Marlon Thomas. Y'all know what we talking about. Folks, what we going to say about air fun? Air fun is just air fun. So we saw them boys. Them boys get a $2 billion from the Exim Bank today. Nice time, folks. Nice time. But you think that $2 billion is free? The Americans call them to lay down the law. They say, you see the Chinese thing y'all talking about there? You see the Chinese story y'all talking about there? Y'all ain't getting involved in this and that. Hold on. Y'all go, hold on. Let me show y'all geopolitics here. Hold on. Back up a little bit. Let me show y'all geopolitics a little bit here. Y'all remember this? With Jack Dio? Listen to this. Geopolitical forces at play. Listen to Mr. COVID. Listen to him.
Now, let me come to the key issue that most of you will want to find out about, the Vice interview. So now you have seen the Vice interview. I think in some quarters there's been a disappointment given the hype that the opposition made about it for weeks before the interview came out. If you look at the total interview, the one that I released several months back, unedited, it was nearly 2 hours long, and I think dealt with even more allegations than the final product that was actually published by Vice, because it was unedited and it dealt with several issues. Now, the framing of their report, one could clearly see that we are vindicated when I spoke about us not wanting to become a geopolitical pawn. When I was pressed in their interview, that is the main 2 hours interview, about China and its role in Guyana and the Western Hemisphere, I made it clear that we are not going to participate in an anti-China hysteria, that we will look out for our country and what's best for our people, that we had extremely good relations and growing relations with the United States of America at the bilateral level, that the United States was our largest investor. Nevertheless, we will work with many others, including China. I made that clear. The reporter sought to get me embroiled in the geopolitical issues, and I made it clear we didn't, as a small country, we did not want to get involved in that. So as you saw, the framing of the report was precisely about that at the beginning, about China growing presence in this hemisphere and about the U.S. concerns.
Yep. China's, the USA done that. The USA can give y'all some money. Stop the nonsense. I bind y'all out for shut y'all out. Stop that. So the same bank today give us some money for development. They give us some money for development, but not before the US lay down the law. Not before the US lay down the law. And I'm going to show you all how they've done it. You know, they've been warning us and warning us. But y'all didn't hear it. So they call them in now. Fitness and registration. License, fitness and registration. They pull them over. Who's sharing the damn live? They pull them in for fitness now. Right? They pull them boys in for fitness. And I'm going to show you what happening. So they just give them $2 billion. I want to know what them doing with money. Yeah? I want to know what is government doing with money. US just give them $2 billion. In September of 2020, they get a budget of $329 million. February 2021, mind you, September they get $329 billion, 2020. By December they got another $17 billion. That's for the National Assembly. In 2020 February, 2021 February, they get $383 billion. The June of 2021, they get another $21 billion from the National Assembly. And December 2021, they get another $26 billion from the National Assembly. I asking you all the question tonight. What is PPP doing with money? The US just give them $400 million. It's 400, how much ever it is. Give them some money. Say, stop this. Right? Stop it. That's billion with a B. Billion with a B. Billion with a B. The US said, stop this nonsense now. Oh, you're not going to get on this anti-China hysteria? Come to Washington. But the real question is what them boys doing with money? So they get all them billions. Hold on, the man, hold on. Who's sharing the damn live? Because if you pocket broke, your collarbone showing, your jawbone showing, your chair watching you, wonder where the next meal coming from, you watching your husband, or whoever you just watch. But them boys have been getting money. What are they doing with money? What are they doing with money? Look how much money the National Assembly give them. And you think it finished there? September of 2020, December of 2020, February of 2020, February of 2021, June of 2021. December of 2021, they have been getting money. So what have the PPP been doing with money? So much so, we can't even find sugar now on the shelf. We cannot even find sugar on the shelf. Can't find sugar on the shelf. What have they been doing with money? You think that's the only money? Huh? You think that's the only money? So they just get a lot of billions. That was 2021. This year, the National Assembly gave them 552 billion. What are them boys doing with money? Then they're gonna get their hands stretched out all over the place. What the PPP doing with money? That public servant salary only got up by a little freck a year ago. What them boys doing with money? That's why I'm asking y'all. The US just give them 2 billion US. Approve that for development of this country. But what are they doing with money that you giving them through your representatives in the National Assembly? So that folks was February of this year. They get more money, more billions. More billions they have gotten February of this year. But look what Irfan went and say. Look what Irfan went and say, right? Some of y'all get expectations. Y'all get oil now. Y'all get expectations. Here Irfan on the international stage. Here the fella.
One of the things about oil and gas and the type of momentum and public positioning that Guyana is receiving is that it creates a lot of expectations locally. Because a lot of time the country is positioned in a way that we have already arrived at a position where we are a rich country, which is far from the truth.
Yeah. You say y'all think y'all rich. So these billions mean that we poor? He say y'all think y'all rich because we got oil and gas. Y'all think y'all rich. Listen to the fella again.
One of the things about oil and gas and the type of momentum and public positioning that Guyana is receiving is that it creates a lot of expectations locally. Because a lot of time the country is positioned in a way that we have already arrived at a position where we are a rich country, which is far from the truth. This is going to...
Yeah, it's far from the truth that we're rich. Far from the truth. But look, story now. Y'all think we get them money in the National Assembly? Who's sharing the damn life? Y'all think we get them money in the National Assembly? Look, story here now. This is the Natural Resource Fund. This is the Natural Resource Fund where the oil money go in. The Natural Resource Fund. Them boys take out 200 million US in July 14. 200 million US, July 14. That is 41 billion plus dollar. In April of this very year, they took out 200 million. April of this year, this is not money that the National Assembly give them through budgets, you know. This is what the oil wealth bring. Them boys take out 83 billion from the Natural Resources Fund. What are they doing with money? God have mercy. And the man, listen what everyone said on the international stage. We think we're rich.
One of the things about oil and gas and the type of momentum and public positioning that Guyana is receiving is that it creates a lot of expectations locally. Because a lot of time the country is positioned in a way that we have already arrived at a position where we are a rich country, which is far from the truth.
Far from the truth. So this part, this 83 billion, I mean nothing. All them billions in National Assembly, you're poor. Right? So you go with hat in hand to the Americans. You go with your hat in hand, and we poor. But hold on. Them boys different. Them boys different because the last sitting of the National Assembly, they come back for more money. They came back for more. How much they asking for? Them boys want 44.7 billion. And last week, they took 40 billion from the Natural Resource Fund, which brought us to 83 billion from the Natural Resource Fund. Them boys last week went to the National Assembly asking for 44 billion. Like they got another country we build in. Like they got like how they got Praloville 1 and Praloville 2. Like they got Guyana 1 and Guyana 2. Where this money going? Where all of this money going? Billions. The last budget was 552 billion. That's just the last budget. And you had a budget before that and supplemental budgets. And now they just took out 83 billion from the Natural Resource Fund. They're coming for 44 billion from the National Assembly, and they just get 2 billion US. What are they doing with this money? You roads still get whole. The Babura Trail is still sand. That give away, and you can't pass. Sugar still absent from the shelf. What on God's earth is the people doing with money? That's what I want to know. What to do with money? We need to know, because the IRI poll, there's the Institute of Republican, the International Republican Institute, just told us in a survey, 22% of Guyanese have trouble feeding their family. 22% of Guyanese say they have trouble feeding themselves and their family. So what we do with the money? PPP. This is the International Republican Institute. 17% of the population say they're unemployed. That unemployment is the #1 issue. 17% of the population say unemployment is the #1 issue. 35% of the population say they have enough to survive, but can't afford anything else but survival. You can't live, you can't thrive, you can only survive. 35% of the electorate who share the damn life. What on God's earth is the PPP doing with money? And you think it's only IRI? Well, hold on, man, breaks up. You think it's only the IRI? Breaks up. This was the Caribbean. This is out of CARICOM. The Caribbean COVID-19 Food Security and Livelihood Impact Survey. This is recently. Look what they say. 35% of Guyanese are worried about meeting their food and other essential needs. 35% of Guyanese. So they are worried about meeting their food and other essential needs. There's a CARICOM survey, you know. 52% of Guyanese said they had to sell their productive assets to make it. You have to sell your productive assets to make it 58% say that Guyana is moderately or severely food insecure. Like there's chili sugar thing coming long before we did. And CARICOM said, the poll said, this was higher than the regional average. It was higher than the regional average. So what are we doing with the money? That's what you want to know. What is the PPP doing with this money? What are they doing with it? Because clearly, it ain't coming to you or me. Very, very clearly, it is not coming to you or me. But I want to rehearse for you what GKH Lal said, that this was not an invitation to the United States. It was a summon. Who's sharing the damn live? What them boys doing with the money? It was not an invitation. It was a summon to turn up at the shortest possible time. Turn up at the shortest possible time. Blinken them said the red line. Blinken required of the PPP a couple things. Right? A couple things. They said we want inclusive growth. Some communities on the East Coast alone can't get the money. Some communities in Region 3 and 6 alone and 2 can't get the money. You can't lock out the opposition. We want inclusive growth. That's the red line. We want to see inclusive growth. The Americans fed up with them, you know, because it's not now they're talking to them about these things, and I can show you. It's not now. They are fed up of them. They say we want to see inclusive growth and we want to see transparency. We want to see transparency. Don't come wrong with funny with China. We want to see inclusive growth and we want to see transparency. That is what Blinken told them. You don't believe me? Oh. And while Blinken was telling Catfish that, the FBI went to see Anil Nandalal. And the FBI told Nandalal in no uncertain terms, you see all these drugs y'all shipping out here? We want to start seeing some conviction. The same day, Blinken laying down the red line to the crosses in the PPP, the FBI went to see Anil Nandalal, the Attorney General, the custodian of the Constitution, the laws of this country. And the FBI said, we fed up with y'all jagabats. We want to see convictions for trafficking in narcotics. We want to see convictions for money laundering. Same day, the Americans, folks, have laid down the red line. They've laid down the red line for them. That's what I want to point out to you. You don't believe it? Anthony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State, who Jack Dio may have just given COVID to. The U.S. Secretary of State. He said today on Twitter, Guyana remains a key partner as we work to bolster food and energy security. Is that the same thing Kamala said? Oh, you think Kamala was paying your courtesy call? Red line, y'all ass. We want to see what? Inclusive growth. We want to bolster food and energy security. Promote shared prosperity. Shared. All the damn people in the country must benefit. That is what the Americans are telling them. All Guyanese must benefit. The rising tide must float all boats, not some. That is what the Americans telling them. That is the red line they put down. We want to see shared prosperity. We want to see inclusive growth. And we want to see strengthened transparency and safeguard the environment. All of them mangroves, y'all mow down, talk about nonsense. We want to see safeguards for the environment. All the flaring that happening, safeguard the environment. Safeguard the environment. That's what Blinken tell us. The red line has been laid down. Inclusive growth, shared prosperity. You know what I mean? All boats can float. Not only Monterey boat. Buxton boat can float as well. Develop them. Develop them. And they have been warned. I am telling you, they have been warned. You think the American wake up one day and say, Pop, they have been watching them. They have been watching them and warning them. But they had ears. They went Ivy University. And so they didn't listen or they couldn't comprehend. They couldn't comprehend. Congressman Hank Johnson, last year, June, a year ago, said to the PPP, Congressman Hank Johnson said to the PPP, this was during the flood. Johnson said, Guyana's wealth is for all the people of Guyana. All. You think Blinken just wake up one day and send to see them? They're fed up of them. A year ago, Congressman Hank Johnson said Guyana's wealth is for all the people of Guyana, irrespective of their ethnicity. I urge the PPP and leaders of the opposition in the National Assembly to work together. To work together. Further strengthening Guyana's democracy and building a more inclusive nation. Hank Johnson told them that last year. That was the first salvo. And then another congressman spoke to the PPP. Another congressman. This time, it was Albio Sirez. He's the chairman of the United States Congressional Subcommittee on the Western Hemisphere. This part of the region. Congressman Albio Sirez said to the PPP, in Guyana, we should work to ensure that the proceeds of oil revenue benefits the entire population. Them boys didn't hear it. Them boys were not listening. Who shared it down? I want folks to get valid, credible information. 5,000 people are watching us. Share the damn live. That is what Albio Sirez said. And look at all the messages from the US. They got one team, you know. It's just scatter shots. One central theme. The Americans have just laid down the red line. Last year in December rather, the day was the International Anti-Corruption Day. And this was the American Embassy issuing a statement to the PPP, but they didn't listen in. They didn't listen in. That's why they was called to Washington. Hear what the American Embassy said last year. We continue to look forward to the government's initiative to combat corruption, including the Natural Resource Fund legislation that offers both transparency and clear oversight, but they ain't got none of that with the legislation. And to a meaningful and inclusive process. This word inclusive featuring plenty. Meaningful and inclusive process of stakeholder engagement. A strong anti-corruption stance now will show Guyanese citizens and the rest of the world that the government is committed to transparent, see the word again, transparent. The government is committed to transparent institutions that utilize the country's resources to the long-term benefit of all Guyanese. The Americans, Guyanese, are very interested in all of us sharing this wealth. Not only PPP constituencies, but they won't hear it. And that is why, in G.H.K. Lal's words, they were summoned to Washington because they're getting all them warning. But then listen, who's sharing the damn live tonight, folks? Share the live. They weren't listening. Sarah herself tried to save them the embarrassment. Sarah's own self. Them boys going down a road, folks. It's a dangerous road. A very dangerous road. We're concerned with the governance of this country. And it's sad that in 2 short years, the Americans have got to be warning them. It's not only Americans. It's not only Americans warning them about the governance of this country. It's natural resources. It's natural patrimony. It's not only America. A lot of other institutions as well have been warning them. Cultural News told us quite recently that the World Bank criticized Guyana government's offshore production agreement with Exxon. Right? Criticized it. They said based on safety, environmental concerns, and inadequate payment, the report found the country's ratings had slipped from moderately satisfactory to moderately unsatisfactory since them boys come. Since them boys come, the country's ratings in oil and gas slipped from moderately satisfactory to moderately unsatisfactory. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, told us just in June of this year. They said PPP, y'all non-oil economy looking thin. Dependence, right, on oil and gas might expose Guyana's economy to volatile oil prices. These prices are known to either dip or skyrocket, disrupting revenue projections and actual revenue. Ramping up investments could potentially add inflationary pressures to the local economy. The IMF warning them about the stewardship of the economy. Them boys are listening, you know. Hopefully they come back from Washington changed. Hopefully they come back from Washington transfigured. Last year we learned that we had fallen 2 places on the corruption perception index. 2 places. We were going good all the time, you know. Soon as them boys come back, we fall 2 places on the corruption perception index. They didn't think they would get called to Washington. They didn't think they would get called to Washington. It was bound to happen. Sooner or later, when you start dipping on the corruption perception index, you don't get called to Washington. It's a no-brainer. You're going to get a call. And you think it was only that? We think it was only that. That happened is a lot of pocketry. July, this year, this month, the Trafficking in Persons report was released by the U.S. State Department. Anthony Blinken, same person, same department. Do you understand why the FBI went by them? You understand why the FBI went by them? The report says, although the government meets the minimum standard, it did not convict any traffickers for the first time in 4 years. Them boys come back. You see why the FBI went to see them? The Trafficking in Persons report. This month, no traffickers were prosecuted for the first time in 4 years. It means the Americans know they got traffickers here. It did not formally approve standard operating procedures. This government, you know, did not approve standard operating procedures to identify victims, to provide sufficient security for trafficking victims at shelters, provide enough Spanish language interpreters, identify any victims among vulnerable Haitian population, or adequately oversee recruitment agencies. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the PPP have brought us in 2 short years. In 2 short years. You know, the question is, what are you folks going to do about it? What are y'all going to do about it? It's not enough just to be angry. We got to be moved to action, folks. We got to be moved to action. Well, the leader of the opposition said, he's not impressed they're coming back changed. He's not impressed they're going to come back transfigured. We got to wait and see. But in the meantime, you and I got to do a couple of things. You and I got to do a couple of things. And the first of it, see August 2nd, I want you to talk boots on the ground. August 2nd, I want you to meet on the ground. Because ground zero going to be parade ground. Ground zero, August 2nd. There's a rally that's going to be held there. To give voice to all the things we face under this installed regime. We got to see some boots on the ground, good people. We got to see boots on the ground. Who's sharing the damn life tonight? Who will smash the emoji button? This is the information. Credible and valid. They want others to receive. The Americans have been warning them. They didn't listen. So I'll be serious. Who is he? Frank Johnson, who is he? Sarah Lynch, who is she? But they are going to Washington now. We want to see more convictions for trafficking in narcotics. We want to see more convictions for money laundering. We want to see shared growth, inclusive growth, and we want to see more transparency in this country. I wonder why Granger them didn't get calling like that. It bothers me. I can't lie. It bothers me that Granger them weren't calling like this. It bothers me. It bothers me. Could it be that it could be because under the APNU AFC, Guyana got its best ratings on the International Transparency Index, its best ratings? Could it be? That's why APNU AFC was not summoned in this manner to Washington. Could it be because under the APNU AFC, Guyana was removed from the European Commission money laundering blacklist? Could it be it is because 10 days in office, 10 days into its tenure in office, we passed the anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism bill 10 days into office? Could it be that under the APNU AFC, Guyana became gained tier 1 status in the fight against trafficking in persons, and we have fallen down since then? Could it be? Could it be that the DA, the Drug Enforcement Agency of the United States, were able to establish an office here after decades of trying under the PPP? Could it be? But I know the trenches, the jagabats and the trench capos, they can resign themselves. Or them boys didn't do nothing. All that just happened by magic. That being said, folks, that being said, that's our time. And that's our program. That's our time. And that's our program. Valid, credible information. Valid, credible information, good people. Valid, credible information. We tell you all we do our homework. We do our homework at this end. And thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys. We do our homework. Folks, as we head to the end of the month to meet our responsibilities, we encourage you folks to continue to partner with us. You all know we're available via Zelle, via PayPal, via Cash App. We're available via MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union. This is the work we have the passion to do, folks. Representing your interests like this, keeping you informed, keeping you in the know, folks, fighting on the forefront, getting on the ground, hearing from you, and trying to convince these jagabas and trench crappos to go in a different direction. One that is uplifting to our country, a developmental trajectory, to try to convince them. But if they even hear the Americans, will they hear us? The Americans are trying to correct them mid-course, mid-tenure, mid-5 years, trying to correct them before the boat go to fall and can't turn back. But you and I got a part to play. Partner with us so that we can continue to go from strength to strength, pace and power. Partner with us, folks. Partner with us. We're available via Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, Western Union. Each donation keeps our programs going. You need any information? You have any queries? 627-6963 is our WhatsApp number. That's the time, folks, and that's our program. That is our time. That is our program. Share the live before you go, folks, and partner with us. Thousands of you are still watching us, and we're so grateful. We're so privileged. Share the live before you go. Smash that emoji button, and let me go down the road. That's the time, guys, and that's our program. 3,000 of you take the responsibility. Don't depend on the next person to share the live and smash that emoji button. Share back to your groups. Share to your profiles. Share to your WhatsApp. Share the damn live, folks. Smash that emoji button. That's my time, folks. That's our program. Take care. See you guys tomorrow.